And we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal playing Earthbound, and last time we were here, we went into this dude's gaping hole and explored it and got rid of 5 moles that were making a home in his hole. And this time around, we're going to make our way back to Fourside, because if you don't remember, the whole reason we headed out here was that the Runaway 5 found themselves in I don't know what the word, a spot of trouble. There we go, a spot of trouble. And we're trapped back in debt again, for the umpteenth time. I don't know if this is the second or third time this has happened. Either way, we need to do something about that, and we were hoping to find a treasure in that hole to maybe help pay off their debts, but I don't know if we're quite lucky enough to do that yet. But hopefully maybe something plot significant like this, oh hey, a scooper thing, would happen, and it looks like plot is about to happen. Ness, greetings. I'm George, Gerardo Montague's brother. Gerardo is in his hole, but he hasn't found any buried treasure yet. However, we did find a diamond instead. Gerardo told me to give it to Ness. Here it is. Please take it. Yay, Paula got the diamond. XD. When will those brothers learn that friendship is the true treasure here? XD. Anyway, if you're new here, I hope you get into it, because I actually talk and say emoticons out loud because it amuses me, even though I don't like emoticons myself. So get into it. So if you randomly hear me saying XD or :D, that's me, just being silly. Anyway, we're making our way back into Fourside. And spoilers, by the way, this is post-commentary. I'm gonna get a bit lost here today, because I kind of forgot what exactly we need to do. Actually, that's not true, I don't get lost at all. I forgot that I cut that out when I was editing this video. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get a ticket, if I can remember that's what we need to do. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take a break here from commenting about the game, because I think you know what's kind of gonna happen. It's the same thing as last time. We're gonna go in, talk to the manager, show them the diamond, and they're gonna be like, WTF, give me that money. And we give it to them, and that basically frees the Runaway 5 from their debt, and they are free to continue the plot for us. So I'm just gonna STF you about that, show her the diamond. Actually, I might voice that part. And then we have to watch their performance one more time, and then I'll start talking about not boring shit. XD. Anyway, there we go. I forget that this is a game old enough where you actually have to physically pull items out of your inventory instead of it actually using it. That's not to say that's like a trait of old games, but a lot of newer games try to make the player less involved with stuff like that. Although not all of them. Anyway. What? I can't tell what that is from this distance. Bring it closer. Alright, let's get back here. Can we squeeze through? No, we can't squeeze through there. Oh, there we go. Let's show her this bling we've got here today. Yay! That diamond! You're gonna pay with that diamond? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just rip up this contract here today. Rip! Don't tell anyone about the diamond. Now the Runaway 5 are free. You should thank me. That diamond is worth, like, I don't know, like, 50 bucks. I mean, I gave you a real bargain. The thump. Oh my god, I made so much money. Alright, and so they're gonna do their little cutscene shit. Sorry about being such troublemakers. We won't be so gullible anymore. Well, our fans are waiting, baby. Let's just do one last show and then get out of here. Alright, thanks again. Generic voice number 5. Blah 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 blah. There you go. You gonna keep singing, Brodeo? Alright, he's gonna pull him out by the ear. Anyway, get the heck out of here. Anyway, I guess we're gonna watch their performance and then head the heck back out so we can get on with our lives here. Alright, we're gonna have a really good show. Something, something, something. I don't know if I want to talk over this or not. I mean, if you want to, you can just skip this part IMO, because it's kind of, I mean, if you're into pixelated cutscenes, good for you. Not to say pixels are bad, but just, I mean, we've seen this show multiple times before. It's not kind of life-changing. Anyway. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, they're backing up into one another. I like how there's a single lone symbol just moving back and forth with no one playing it. Hey, they brought a friend. Do 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 do. This soda is delicious. I do love Sprite. Do 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 do. Oh hey, a bus. That's pretty cool. How'd you get that on stage? Oh, they just left their friends behind. What a sack of jerks. Okay, bye nerds. Well, that's gonna be the last time we see them, I think, ever in this game. But good for them. I'm glad they're out of their dead problems. And I'm free now to talk about other shit that I want to talk about. I never even got to ask you how y'all are doing. So I'm gonna do that. How are y'all doing it? How are y'all doing today? I'm pretty good. I've just been, thinking about some things and having a good day. I've been listening to some dancehall reggae, from the 90s. It's pretty amazing. I'm in love with this song called Heads High by Mr. Vegas. It's one of my favorite songs, actually. When my dad was in the Air Force, he picked up a liking for reggae, or dancehall reggae, and whenever he came home, from being out of state or whatever, he would play reggae when he got home and dance with my mother, and so I guess I kind of picked up a liking from that. Anyway, it was cute and shit, so whatevs. Another thing I've been kind of thinking about, that I've wanted to talk about over the course of several episodes, is that I actually, have been thinking kind of about something Sherry Moraga said once. If you don't know who that is, that's a Chicana, or a queer Chicana, feminist. Actually, she identifies as a lesbian too. Queer Chicana feminist lesbian who, is pretty amazing. But anyway, she once said something along the lines of, when you start getting activism and creating your own ideal politic, that you need to start as far freaking left as possible. Because when your friends, family, and like personal experience starts coming into the picture, it's gonna dilute how radical you are by a lot. So if you really want to like be in a radical position after that happens, you need to go, like, be as left as fucking possible. Or at least radical as possible, so that when you get diluted, basically, you're in a nice happy medium that's not just conservative, or particularly conservative anyway. And I find that amusing because I kind of find myself in that position, where I've gotten a lot less radical. Or, over time, I used to be like an advocate for like a whole separatist, radical, mega queer of destiny, gluten-free vegan paradise. When I was exiting high school and for the first 2 years of college. And it's not that I don't believe in that anymore, it's just kind of my experience with other people, and then the fact that people I like kind of value these things, and then they're things I've grown up with. This idea of like mega inclusivity and that we should all just be one peoples, kind of has had a lot of weight on me, and I still believe, or I still kind of do have these separatist ideas in my head, and feelings and values for this separatist ideal. Oh hey, a car. and a person. But I guess I have a lot of attachment to the system I'm already a part of, or that I grew up in, which is kind of sad, kind of not. But in any case, I still guess I'm probably a good bit further left than a lot of people I know. Although I actually make it a point not to really even talk about what I believe in Ruffle, because, it's just kind of one of my weird personality quirks. I do it in part because it amuses me, is that I try to be as, dodgy with what I believe, or as non-committal. Not because I don't really believe it, just because it amuses me. One of the things that kind of annoys me is people assume they have a right to know what other people know. And that, like, just because you ask me something does not mean I have to give you an answer, or have to feel like giving you one. So I kind of do that sometimes, and a good way to tell how well I get along with someone is how much I just idly tell them that I actually believe. Cause I'll just usually just shut my mouth and not say anything. When it's like my peers, because I think for the most part a lot of my peers are pretty harmless. I mean, they are gigantic noobs and they do, like, cause me harm, but they don't even really know what they're doing. They're just kind of flopping around, going through the motions of life. But anyway, I'm kind of starting to ramble. It doesn't help that I don't actually, I put a heavy degree of, investment in, like, displaying my emotions in particular ways. Like, I try not to, show off. I try to be very stoic. Although sometimes I actually really value being, like, really aggressive, because it's kind of a contradiction with me, but whatevs, you know. If you're wondering why we left the cafe, it's actually because I went there too early. We actually need to go to the department store where we are now, in order to go ahead and get further on in the plot. So if you're still watching the screen and not just listening to me ramble. But I guess going back to the game world, I guess what just generally got me going on this is that I've noticed I've just generally gotten a good deal softer on a lot of issues, that sometimes vexes me. And one of the cooler things, or I guess the neat parts of games like this, Earthbound in particular, or just really this entire mega genre of games, in which there's a clear good and bad side, and that most good people are in support of your goodness, or just your decisions, and then bad people are people who are in anti-support of your decisions, is that you kind of don't have to have those outside connections, to slow your conviction down. So, like, what I said about dealing with the views of the people in my personal life, or, like, dealing with my friends and then my parents. Decidedly, I think it's kind of hard to be in this radical position when, like, your parents and your peers kind of strongly value the opposite of it, or the system that's already in place. So it's kind of awkward, to be honest. I don't want to be like, Mom, you're cis scum, you need to stop. I mean, it's just very hard to do that. Even though I have, like, adamantly said some of my more radical ideas, just to kind of annoy my mom, TBH. Like, I don't hold them because it annoys my mom, but I've told her it, just to kind of get her to back off and not talk to me some ways. It's one of the things she's done is, like, insult, I get what she calls swishy gay guys, and I don't tolerate that, because I think that's very insulting. I don't let people insult my people. But anyway, I don't do that, and I tell her if I wanted to, I'd be the most swishy person on the planet, because it's my body and I'll do what I want. But anyway, I just crossed my eyes. If you didn't notice, we just got polynapped. So I'm gonna start voice acting again. Here we go. That was Customer Nest, 4th floor office. Gwarg! So this is a pretty interesting part of the game. Paula gets kidnapped, and you have absolutely no idea where the fuck she is for a good while. and you do a lot of shit without her. It's pretty interesting. What that basically amounts to is that her ass is going to be getting one-shotted again once you get her back. Although, honestly, that kind of stops her from being overpowered a little bit. Because if you notice that even though Paula is kind of behind in levels and strength, she fucking, like, anything that's not resistant to PSI, she just flat out one-shots and it murders it. It's pretty great. So this kind of stops her from getting out of control. And then Ness's only purpose is really to be a meat shield and then to use PSI Rockin' when there are huge amounts of enemies on the screen. You engage the mystical record. I think this is like the first fight we've had in this part, holy shit. I've been busy doing RPG shit the whole time. Anyway, but yeah, going back to my previous conversation, like, it's kind of hard to, like, defy your parents when they value this situation, or your friends when they're like, yay, equality, or everyone being together is great. And I still kind of do value that a little bit. In fact, one of my ultimate goals with separation is reincorporation, just once people have high self-esteem in their identities, but that's a different conversation. In the very least, with Earthbound, Ness is always the good guy, and he's always doing great things, and his friends are always good and doing great things. And there's very little gray area in this game. I mean, you're off to beat the crap out of shit. I think that's actually why I like shonen anime so damn much. I actually like and dislike it. I fucking love Ultraman and Kamen Rider, even though I don't nearly watch it as much as I should. I know very little about any of the ongoing series, but I just love it. It's just like that very... It's just a very interesting way to show justice. I don't know. Anyway, if you're into that, you should leave a comment or check it out. But at the same time, shonen anime kind of annoys me because of that lack of gray area. Like, I would like that same enthusiasm and passion for an idea of justice, but still acknowledging the grayness in life. And then still having sympathy for enemies, too, because that's a big one for me. Is that even people I'm diametrically opposed to in my politic, I still have a lot of sympathy for them. And kind of acknowledge their pain a bit, even if I think it's stupid. Just because, I don't know, that's just my own thing. Honestly, that might have fucking came from being just a gigantic nerd, where I think one of the things about, like, having villains monologue is that it really puts the reason why they do things out there. And it, like, has these two people in conflict who are acknowledging the reasons why they're in conflict, and goddammit, I just got beat up by presents. So, that's cool and all. I like shonen anime. That's the long story short. I love and hate shonen anime because it's sometimes irresponsible with gray areas, but at the same time, it's fucking fiction. I mean, for some people, it's good to just have the world divided up into bad and good and whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna end up wind this conversation down. The counter I found to this is that good and bad are kind of irrelevant, at least from where I'm standing. And what I mean by that is, I'm basically just gonna do whatever benefits me or the people I care about, and then decide on a case-by-case basis what I'll fight and be in conflict with people about. Which is still, it's a nice happy medium, because before I thought I was just really apathetic and not confrontational for a while, and now I'm just kind of like, you know what, I'll confront on a case-to-case basis. Some people are harmless, other people aren't. Some people need to STFU, some people don't, so whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and heal up, and hopefully not have too rough of a fight, because we're pretty drained from getting our way up here. And we'll see how that goes. Yay. Man, I've been talking a lot this episode. I do love post-commentary for that, though. It's so, it's like Carthesis. I think I pronounced that right. Anyway. Gwark, you finally made it. This department store is gonna be your grave. You will be gone, and you'll burn in. Well, you're a good kid, so you'll go to heaven. Ha 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 ha. In the very least, you'll die. So this thing is actually kind of dangerous, because this is glorious, post-commentary. You get to know that I almost die, and I get kind of screwed up. Because this is one of the first enemies that actually uses PSI effectively, and as you notice, he almost one-shot Ness, who is our tank. And Jeff ain't gonna fare much better. So what we need to do is basically nuke this guy down as fast as possible, because he is an extremely dangerous enemy. I tried the slime generator out just to kind of keep things fresh, but that didn't work out too well. I don't know what this thing's weaknesses is. I actually didn't research it before I came, which might have not been in my benefit, but you know, YOLO. I would just have re-recorded it, or left it in, just for the lulz. But, spoilers, I do make it through. And it's freaking great, because I survived by, like, the skin of my ballsack. And if you didn't notice, I took a sudden guts pill. Guts is basically like the luck stat in this game, or how luck functions in a lot of other games. It determines the degree, not the degree to which, how often you critically hit, and then your chance of surviving a lethal attack with 1 HP. So I give that to Ness, and he gets a smash attack off. Unluckily, I do not get any more smash attacks in. And I'm kind of lucky with who this thing targets and which moves it uses, because if it just spammed PSI freeze, I would have lost, like, in the 3rd or 2nd turn. Oh my gosh. And I actually am moving really slow here, too, because I could have easily died. But luckily, I'm just gonna keep trying to bash his brains in, and we're gonna survive. Yay! The department store spook was defeated. You won! Ness leveled up. That would have been a good level up for Jeff, but whatever. Yay, we learned something. So anyway, even though you could defeat me, Master Gygas will avenge me. ... At this moment, Paula should be Monotoli. Warg! Alright, so, we're gonna end this video with the dead Jeff, but before we go, I'm gonna slip you a kiss on the cheek for listening to me. Alright, have a good one. Bye. Thanks for watching.